Welcome to today's edition of UC Sports. I'm joined by veteran reporter Daniela, who has the latest on what's taking place in stores. Happy International Women's Month, D. Take it away.
The UConn sport world is giving us plenty to talk about. Postseason women's basketball, men's basketball new coach, baseball series with USF, so much content. Chin and I are ready. I hope you are ready too. This is UC Sports.
The top story for the Huskies right now is the arrival of new head coach Dan Hurley. Hurley has agreed to a 6-year deal worth $2.75 million a year, with a chance at incentives. Hurley was known for resurrecting programs. He has had stints at Wagner and most recently the University of Rhode Island, which turned out to be very successful. At his first stint with Wagner, they went 5-26 this season before Hurley took the job. And after that, they went 26-5, only 2 years later under his leadership. After taking the URI job in 2011, following a 7-24 season, Hurley led the Rams to 2 straight NCAA tournament appearances. URI had not reached the tournament since 1995. Hurley will look to continue the success at UConn as UConn looks to rebound following the departure of Kevin Ollie. Ryan Kim was there for the big introduction and has more.
After missing the NCAA tournament 3 of his last 4 years, Kevin Ollie was fired as head coach of the men's basketball team. And for the first time in 32 years, the hire comes from outside the UConn family.
Now it's time for our fans throughout the globe to join together as we welcome him to UConn Nation. Let's bring up our new men's basketball coach, Dan Hurley.
Hurley agreed to a 6-year contract with roughly $3 million annually.
The power of the UConn brand, the tradition, Coach Calhoun, the NBA players, the history and tradition just transcends the conference.
It wasn't about the money, rather the opportunity to lead a championship program.
The championship culture that's been established through the great teams, the great coaches, the national championships is special for me to be a part of.
Coming to UConn for Ollie's leadership, junior guard Jalen Adams believes his team is prepared for the road ahead.
As long as we just buy into what Coach has to say, I think it'll pan out for us.
With the hiring of Dan Hurley as UConn head coach of men's basketball, we reaffirm the university's commitment and intention to continue to compete as one of the country's elite basketball programs.
Hurley said that being at UConn is different than the previous rebuilding programs he's taken on due to its rich history and championship caliber. Reporting from stores, Ryan Kim, UConn News.
Afterwards, Hurley took pictures with fans and asked the players to stay with him for the ride. UConn's leading scorer last season, junior guard Jalen Adams, says he will definitely not transfer, but he doesn't know if he'll return to stores next year.
Right at this moment, the women's basketball team is playing South Carolina in the Albany Regional Final with a trip to the Final Four on the line. Earlier this year, UConn dominated South Carolina in Columbus 83-58. The Huskies used a 29-9 run, and Gabby Williams was the key piece in that game. Williams had 14 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 assists. The defense kept the reigning SEC Player of the Year, AJ Wilson, to 22% shooting. And Chin, a nice matchup going on right now between 2 great teams, and if you don't want to miss anything, head over to Twitter and follow us at UCTV Sports for update on this game and all news related to UConn.
And as always, we wish the Huskies luck as they take on USC. When we get back, we'll get you up to date with UConn baseball. UConn's baseball traveled to the Sunshine State to open conference play unfortunately, it did not go the Huskies' way. Despite some great starting pitching, UConn lost 2 of the 3 games against the USF Bulls. The Huskies starters combined for 15.2 innings pitched over 3 games, allowing just 4 earned runs combined. But in games 2 and 3, the bullpen didn't hold their own as they allowed 7 earned runs in just 6 total innings.
The UConn softball team opened conference play this weekend against South Florida, and unfortunately the Huskies got swept by the Bulls. UConn lost by the mercy rule twice and only managed to score 2 runs in the entire series. Their overall resume is 13-19. The team will play Hofstra University on Tuesday. The Huskies have yet to play a game at home.
The lacrosse team has a 5-5 record after they faced the 23rd ranked Denver. The Pioneers had a great second half to lift the team over the Huskies. Grace Nolan and Caitlin Laurie had 2 goals each, and freshman Sydney Watson chipped in with 1 more. The next game for the team will be in sunny Gainesville, Florida. We got to take one more quick commercial break, but we'll be right back with the Huskies and the pros after this. Cardiac Kimba is making it happen again in March, but this time with the Hornets. Walker torched the Memphis Grizzlies for 46 points in 3 quarters as the Hornets obliterated the Grizzlies with the final score of 140-79. Kimba went 10 for 14 from deep, setting a new franchise record for threes made in a game. The 61-point difference was also the largest margin of victory in the NBA this season. Staying with the NBA, UConn alumni Rodney Purvis has been on a roll as of late. He just signed his second 10-day contract with the Orlando Magic, and on Thursday, he led the team in scoring against the 76ers with 19 points, shooting 6 from 12 from the field.
Well, now for some soccer, since I miss it so much. Former UConn men's soccer standout Scott Levene has signed with the New York Red Bulls too. Levene wasn't part of the MLS draft and graduated in December. Scott wrote on his Twitter account, "Dreams really do come true. Work hard enough and you can accomplish what you want in life. As of today, I get to call myself a professional soccer player. Thank you, New York Red Bulls." So, halftime score for the women's game is 54-33. Predictions for this game, what's going to happen, Chin?
They're either going to increase the lead or keep the lead and win. USC, they only have an inside presence. They don't really have an outside presence. But UConn has both. So I feel like they're just the better team, and they're hungry this year. They lost last year, so they have something to prove this year. They're winning this game.
Yeah, and ESPN has been showing that play of Morgan Williams from Mississippi State. So that's all we have for today. Do you have anything else to add, Chin?
Be sure to follow us all year long on Twitter at UCTV Sports for all the latest in UConn athletics, and also subscribe to us on YouTube at the UCTV Channel 14 to see all of our content as soon as it goes live. For Daniela and Marulanda, I'm Chinedu Amonu. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Good night.